Welcome back. Today I'll be painting my family room. A while ago I said this was my least favorite room to go into and look at. But with all the changes I've been making in this space, it's quickly becoming my favorite space in the house. Not too long ago, Jorge removed the blackout shades and replaced them with the thick white blinds. This has made a huge difference with the lighting in this area, and I'm so much happier with it. I also like that all of the window coverings match from the outside of the home. Okay, I won't keep you guessing anymore. I went with the sage green. It's actually called Filmy green, which wasn't appealing at all, and normally I have a hard time choosing paint because of all the pretty names. I'm also known for rushing into my painting projects. I never purchase a small sample and paint patches on the walls just to see how it looks in different lighting. And this time was no different. It took me less than a minute to pick this color. I knew I wanted something light and airy, but blue just wasn't the color I wanted to use in this room. I've already used the peach rose in different areas of the home, so I wanted something a little bit different for this area. It's also going to be the color used in our guest bathroom. I really couldn't wait to get this color on the wall. Jorge said that we'll cut first and then roll last. This worked out well, and we knocked this room out last night. We had a nice time listening to music, and then all of a sudden...
What happened?
Are you kidding me right now? Do you have a flash?
Please subscribe.
Do you have a
We're having financial difficulties.
Did I not pay?
The neighbors have lights.
Are you serious?
Mama forgot to pay the bill.
Really?
No. No, there was
You're poor?
There was a big bang?
Uh-huh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I heard a big bang
Watch
too.
out, don't just walk over here.
The lights turned back on.
Thankfully, the lights came back on. For a second, I thought I'd have to paint by candlelight. Could you imagine? At first, I was so nervous as I started painting, willing myself to like how it looked. After all, we have 5 gallons of this paint. Once Jorge started rolling the walls, I was in love. This video is brought to you by our patrons and all those who have purchased from the Inspired by Nikki store. Thank you. I want to welcome you if you are new and hope you will consider subscribing to be inspired daily to make the everyday beautiful.
Is joining me today. She can't see and she can't hear. Okay, so let's talk about this space in here and what we decided to do. I decided to go with a sage green color. I really love the way that this turned out. So I just went to the paint section at Lowe's, and there was like a brighter, like more pastel kind of color palette that I was looking through, one of those books, and it had all of the different colors on it, and the one that leaned more green was something that I knew I wanted to go with because I already had so much blue within this home. I already had a lot of blush tones and, you know, just the peachy pink color, and so I wanted to do a different accent color, but it's also more of a neutral. So the blues and the greens I think are just so calming and, you know, really bring that relaxing vibe into your home. And I've started adding more and more touches of light green, especially in my entryway. I have a little candle. And then I got a pillow, which I don't have in this room now. It was a pillow that I put right here. But because all of the walls are this light green color now, I wanted to take out a lot of the green accents and bring in more blue and more cream and more of the peachy pink color. So I think that everything is really coming together well just because I'm bringing in all of these different pieces and no one part of the home is overwhelmed by any one of these colors. So I'm just trying to add touches of that here and there. So going into the living room now, where I have the blue recliners, I didn't really want to bring a whole lot more blue into the home because I feel that that's a color that I have so much of now. So I went with this filmy green in the guest bathroom as well, just because I really wanted it to flow well, and I think that it's a universal color that, you know, just calms most people, and so I just thought that that would be great for the bathroom. This color looks almost identical to a color that my Grammy used to use in her guest bathroom at her old house. And I always loved going into that bathroom. She also had a rosebud wallpaper in there as well. So she did the creams or whites, kind of like an ivory with the blush tone as well. So when I was just thinking of all of these colors together, I think that these tones work best in my home. And I also have a piece that I'm going to be stripping today, so I'm really excited to share that and how that all turns out. So in the next video, I'm hoping that I can share that one as well, but if not, it will be in a video that's upcoming. And the tone of wood that's underneath that cream color paint, I think will just really tie in everything that I have in the dining room, except for the table. The table is something that I'm working on, just like the buffet table. It's more of a chunky piece of furniture that really doesn't suit my taste, but we're making the most of it while we have it until I find something that better suits me and what I love. And so let's talk about the flooring. I get this comment a lot just because, you know, I don't always mention it, but I just wanted to mention that we can't have rugs in our home. So yes, I've thought about bringing rugs into our home, but because of our dogs and the fact that they like to do their business on our rugs, we just don't have rugs anywhere, because except for in my bathroom, and even then I have to lay it over the tub, or, you know, so often there will always be a spot on the one in front of my sink, so I'm constantly washing that one. So, you know, some of us, we just have our animals and we can't have certain things around because they, you know, think that it's theirs and that they can do whatever they want on it. So anyway, I'm really happy with this color. It's so calming. I like the way that it looks going into the next room. Something that I want to accent more with in the other room is this light green color. So it's not so much, so it's just easier on the eyes when you walk or when you look into the next room. And other than that, I think that everything has been, you know, coming together really well. I have more that I would like to do in this room. So you are seeing little by little how I'm making different changes to this space. And you know, it all started just by moving some different furniture in here that I already had, and then bringing in a new coffee table and just doing a little bit of updating. So there's a lot that we can do with our spaces, and then paint, of course, transforms a room. And I saved the lightest blue. It's like such a light blue, almost a teal, but not. It's like a seafoam color, I would think, of the curtains. And so I brought back those. I had them in a bin that I was storing, and I'm so happy that I kept them because I think that they're the perfect addition to this space. It really blends well with the walls because it's not such a high contrast, but it still brings in that light blue color that I like to have splashed around my home as well. So I really hope that you enjoyed seeing this, and you can also look forward to some things that I will be putting on the wall, but that's something that, you know, I really have to put a lot of time and effort into what I'm choosing for my walls. In the meantime, I am using this little floating shelf above the bench seat as you walk in. I tried to conceal the thermostat that we have with a plant, and now that so much more natural light comes into this room, I'm happy to have live plants in here as well. Opening my blinds is something that I just love doing. Now, this is a space that when Jorge's home, he likes to play his video games, so he will always close the blinds, but even just changing the blinds in this room has made all the difference because it was such a dark room before. And then I have a little mail sorter up on the floating shelf there, and then having a candle, which brings in some more of that blush tone into this room, works out as well. And then also just bringing in different colors in my accessories. So in what I decorate the table with, it has, you know, a little jar that I can put matches or anything like that in, just a book, whatever color you're trying to bring in. Sometimes just picking out a book that has that color, you can set it in here and it just changes the look of a room just by color. And then also over on this little side table here, I added the blue bird that I had in my living room. I'm just trying to bring more of the blues into here and bring some other colors into there just because so many pieces are now blue in there. And then of course having a live plant always, you know, livens up a space. I really have had an issue with this fake tree that I have because I feel like it's so heavy and it looks kind of weird in the other room. So I just recently took that out. I think it fills up this space nicely over in the corner right next to the TV, and just kind of offsets the fact that it has more wall space than this side of the room does. And it just looks really great. And then I'm bringing in more family pictures, which is something that I do plan on working on right behind here or in this little space right here above the bench seat. So I'm still deciding on a few things. I know what kind of artwork I would love to have in this room though. If I do something, it will probably be sketches with some watercolor, just very light watercolor, not the kind of watercolors that I've been doing on my stationery or even, you know, what I use in other parts of the home, but it would be something very different. It would be more of like a dream wall of different things that I've had a dream of for my family, for my own home, and just things that I've always thought on. So I look forward to adding more to this space, and I hope that you look forward to seeing anything else that I bring into here, more transformations that are coming. But like I said, make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss any more of my videos, and also The piece that we are going to be stripping, I just cannot wait for that to be done so that I can bring it now into the dining room. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the transformation with this color. If you thought that, if you weren't one that wanted the sage green in the voting, I would love to know if this changed your mind. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye everyone.